Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another
Good
edition of
evening.
the Builder Sessions 2.0. My name is Oluwabumi Victoria Olabode, joining you from Nigeria. I am the founder of WorldCom Intellectuals Community and your host for today's session. So, to everyone joining us from different cities and countries around the world, thank you for making time to be here. Whether you're a student, a professional, an entrepreneur, an educator, or simply a curious about the future of technology, you're in the right place. Welcome. Our Welcome to Lecturers Community. Our vision is to go beyond teaching technical skills. We are building a global community where conversations not end in discussion. They lead to thinking, problem solving, innovation, and real world impact. We believe that technology is not just about writing codes or learning the tools or latest tools. It's about identifying problems, asking better questions, creating meaningful solutions, and improving lives. That is why Builder Sessions was created. So this platform brings together professionals from different countries, industries, and areas of expertise to share their practical experiences, lessons, and ideas to help us move beyond simply just learning technology to becoming builders, innovators, and leaders. So today's session is about the data foundation, so building the future ready skills in the AI era. If you can hear me, please let me know. I would like to know if I'm audible. Are we live? Hello?
Hello.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I can hear you from YouTube. Someone says they can hear me. Thank you for that. So artificial intelligence is transforming the way we learn, the way we work, and the way we make decisions. But behind every intelligent systems, there's one thing which is called data. So without understanding data, it becomes difficult to understand AI. So yes, even to understand AI to the point of using it to make informed decisions or create solutions that truly solves problem. So today's session is designed to help us understand why data literacy become one of the most valuable skills in our generation, how AI is changing the future of work, and what practical steps anyone from beginners to experienced professionals can take to remain relevant in this rapidly changing world. So, by the end of today's session, I hope each of us will live with a clearer understanding of why data matters, practical insights into thriving into the AI era, a broader mindset about technology and innovation, and most importantly, the confidence to begin applying what we have learned to solve real problems. So, because at Welcome Intellectuals, we believe that knowledge becomes truly valuable only when it's transformed into action. So, now it's given me the great pleasure to introduce our speaker, joining us today from Accra, Ghana. is Miss Francisca Mailiana Zonky. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Hi. Thank you, Victoria, for inviting me. Hi, everyone watching. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you also. So now let me introduce you properly to my audience, to our audience. So Miss Mailiana is a data, AI, and digital educator, an international speaker, corporate trainer, and the founder of the Digital College. She also the co-founder of the Tech Circuit community, where she's helping shape Africa's next generation of data-driven and digitally confident professionals. Yes, with a background in economics, mathematics, and statistics, and experience in banking industry. She has successfully transitioned into technology, dedicating her career to helping individuals and organizations build practical skills in data analysis, artificial intelligence, data literacy, and digital transformation. So her impact speaks for itself. She has trained over 500 learners, delivered more than 30 workshops. She has reached audiences across 5 countries, supported over 20 organizations, and continue to inspire thousands through education and community building. So one thing I admire about her work is that she like teach technology. She helps people understand how to use the technology to make better decisions, create opportunities, and solve meaningful problems. These problems that aligns perfectly with the mission of WorldCom Intellectuals. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me to give a warm welcome to our distinguished guest speaker, Miss Mailiana.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
All right.
So, Mailiana, if you want to tell us about yourself, we'll be glad to know more about you, other than what I've
Okay.
said and what I admire about you.
Oh, that's what I That's quite interesting. What else do you have to know about me? I'm your best tech tutor, by the way, right? And that's how I tell every learner that when you join any of my class, you are not just coming to learn theory and go, but you are also going to learn the practical skills and how to actually move into action. All right. So I'm Francisca Mailiana Zonky, a Ghanaian looking like an African because a lot of people keep asking, am I Ghanaian? I look Kenyan, I look Rwandan, I look all African countries at this point. So I just say I'm Ghanaian representing Africa at large. Okay.
You look
So I
Nigerian.
cut across. I cut across my Nigerian friends, everyone, right? So that's me. I based in Accra, Ghana. As I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking from Accra, Ghana. Greetings from Accra to you, or joining me all over the world. Um, I started teaching data analytics in November 2024. So November 2026 makes it 2 years, and within that span, I have trained over 500 students, as Victoria mentioned, and it all started by actually putting myself out there and also asking questions that weren't being asked or my friends weren't asking. Realized that if I really want to make a change and live the lifestyle I want. Me, I don't want 9 to 5 lifestyle. I don't want to be working in one company for so long that I get to miss out on the opportunities out there. So I looked at the data very carefully. And how did I even collect that data? I actually started collecting data through content creation. So if you're here and you think that, oh, you have to create content to actually go viral, I'm here to tell you that that's not the only way out. You can actually create content to know what the environment is telling you and choose where you want to go as well. So I am an educator true and true. I've been teaching almost all my life since childhood, right? Teaching my grandma, my mom, my classmates, everyone around me gets to hear what I'm learning as well. So I call myself a learner, a teacher, and a speaker. These three things define me so well. And the goal is to actually impact the African youth to discover their potentials using technology so that when the time comes for them to price themselves, they will not price themselves cheap. That I don't like at all. Do not price yourself cheap because you have so much potentials, and that is what I am aiming to teach, to learn, and also to speak to people to actually unlock that potentials they have in Africa. So that's a little bit about me. And so yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Miliana. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Very well.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Is it me? Yes, I can hear you loud
Can you
and
now?
clear. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, wow. Speaking of. So, yeah. So, thank you
Yeah.
so much for that. And we are so happy to have you here today. So, well, let people see what you've done, the achieve, and how much you really helped a lot of people. So, can you really tell us how you started these things? What really motivated you? What's the beginning like? The story behind all of this? Would like to know.
Oh, the story is a lot. There are different chapters to that story of how I just started. I would say what number one is the God factor. Number two is everything just went down, right? When you start after school, nobody gives you the roadmap. You have to figure out the roadmap yourself. And one thing that I know is that one major thing that unlocked what I've built so far is the dream I have, especially about the lifestyle. I want to be that lady that just travel all around. I have I have a project I will embark on soon to travel to as many countries as I can in a year. And getting into the workforce, okay, and you realize that you need to actually save up a lot before you can travel, and you realize that you're already in debt. You're not saving, but you're in debt. It's quite like alarming for me, right? Well, so alarming to hear that when you start working, the first thing you get to do is be in debt. Whilst we were told that when you start working, you start making money, and there's been sort of how should I say the behavior around it. When you're in school and you call family for money, you get it quickly than when you start your national service, right? Because everybody's assuming you are working, but little did you know that you're actually going to go into debt. So that hunger to actually get a better life, or to live my dream life, actually unlocked something for me. And literal hunger too, right? There were days that you just be there, you are not hungry, you are hungry, and you are like, why do I have to struggle to make so much and all that? So therefore, I just decided to go in full time to actually just build, right? If I want to build a life I want, then I have to build myself. So I started building myself, building the knowledge, and ever since then I've not looked back. So the two things that I'll talk about is the God factor. So I went to God, right? Saying that, "Hey, God, my father, help me." And then the second thing is the hunger to actually have a good lifestyle and to also see the people around me win. Because anytime I most almost all my friends around me will say that when Miss Miliana has something, she's thinking of how to make money out of it. She always has 99 million business ideas. So to help others as well was a key thing for me. And I have the principle that people are money. So if I get to actually teach as many as I can, these people become my currency that I can use anywhere. And amazingly, I'm talking to people all across, and my host is actually a Nigerian. So it's true that people are money because I wouldn't be able to take a flight just by chance to just get into Nigeria knowing no one as well. So these are the three things: my God factor, God leading me, hunger of my the dream lifestyle. I'm not there yet, but at least I'm sitting comfortably talking to you all now. And the last thing is people are money. So when you invest in people, you have a better currency to trade with in the future. Yeah, that's the three stories I can give on me starting this whole journey.
And please, those who are lingering, let me know if you can hear her clearly because from my hand it's skipping. So, Miss Milena, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly. Let me check on LinkedIn.
Okay. So thanks so much for that. I think that's really a very good.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? If you can, I can't hear you.
I can hear you clearly.
All right, I can hear you now. You got a you had a break
Okay.
somewhere.
So should I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, loss of sound. Thank you, Busayo. We cannot hear her. Okay. So yeah, Miss Juliana, your audio wasn't very clear. It was skipping. Please, can you help us play repeat what you said about what really
Oh,
drive you
okay.
adoption?
So I said three things that drive me there a lot, but the three things that drove my oh, okay, said it's good now. The three things that drove my building phase was God. The second thing was the hunger for the dream lifestyle to travel all around, speak to people, teach people. And the third one was it's a principle I carry that people are money. And when you invest in people, you have a great currency to actually trade anywhere you find yourself in. Because when you find yourself in some countries, the people are going to help you as well. So these are the three things that actually spark the building phase for me.
So that's the third one means like investing in people to trade very well.
Yes,
Is that what
yes,
you said?
yes. Yeah, investing in people in terms of
So the first
you
is God factor. So can you
yes.
explain the God factor to us? Like, okay,
Oh,
please go ahead.
quite interesting.
Okay.
So the God factor, fun fact. I quit my job. So quitting my job was quite like the leading of God, right? So I got to do my national service as a legal assistant at the bank. And after doing the national service, I got a contract to be a salesperson at the bank, same
Okay.
at the
So,
All right. So after being doing the sales job, it's actually doing the traditional marketing and getting people to actually save more money at the bank. So you have targets and all that. And that wasn't something I was cut out for. But I told myself that I am going to learn what marketing is at its core at the bank. And then And then I moved on to saying that how long can I study marketing? How long can it take me? So I gave myself 3 months. Okay. So that was December 2023 to January to February to learn what marketing is. And afterwards, if I want to stay at the bank, I'll choose to stay at the bank or not. So by January 2024, I just started praying about it. Lord, help me be a better staff here because the heat was coming, right? You have to hit your target, you have to do great job. And the best way I know it was to pray about it. But anytime I prayed about it, it was more of like, okay, you are not going to spend so much time at the bank. So by February, I knew that I am going to actually go leave the bank as early as possible, right? So I was giving myself, okay, let me do another year. Let me finish 2024 with them, get some bonus and and leave, right? But unfortunately, March came. I got my first bonus from the bank. I was like, it was good money, right? I was like, okay, then if I stay for another year, I could get more money, right? But actually building more and going for more evidential in the sense that there were in situations whereby I say it was orchestrated by God that it was uncomfortable for me to be at the bank where I was sacked in a meeting whereby about 300 people, 300 staff were in the meeting and I was sacked to get my to get my is it what quit letter or fire letter the next Monday. So after that particular one, I prayed about it and I knew that it was time for me to actually leave the bank, right? So I left the bank on 10th May 2024. And the next week, I went for a tech event for it was a conference happening hosted by the Bank of Ghana and was a 3-day conference. And when I stepped into that conference, I never introduced myself as unemployed. I introduced myself as a data analyst. And it was amazing how people were like, "Oh, I want to learn data analytics. I want to learn data analysis on my bucket list." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Okay, I'm already into it. I could teach you." Because during the phase of me learning about the marketing at the bank, I was spending my late hours. So I get home at 7 p.m., work out by 8 p.m. I'm done with everything. I sit down, study from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., sleep and wake up at 5. I did that for almost 3 months. My bosses were complaining, but I just knew that I'm not going to stay at the bank for so long. So what I want to do, I have to master the craft of data analytics. So when I was introducing myself, it was quite interesting. So that was another God factor there, directing my path. Fast forward to July 2024. I lost all my savings, right? From the bonus I got, I lost everything. Why? Because I went into business, two or three different types of businesses to actually make more money. And when you chase money, trust me, you lose money. But when you actually
Hmm.
build value and exchange value, you make more. So I lost all that money and I was back to ground zero again. So July, I
Hmm.
spent my whole 31 days with God. Literally, I ate once a day. Um, I went into food business, so I had food that I had cooked and no one bought in the fridge. So I prayed, eat once a day, go on that routine. And at the end of July, I got connected to a conference called the Light Conference. And I got connected to the convener, connected to a community that has helped me build. And that community opened my eyes to building my brand on LinkedIn. And I started building my brand on LinkedIn. So that is like the God factor. And I've had two instances of that. The very first instance was in July 2023 and no, June 2023. And by July 2023, that's when I started content creation on my YouTube channel. And the next one was 2024 for me with God. I go have that's actually what I mean by God factor. The very first one in 2023, it was when I got it in my leading to actually master digital marketing, master financial literacy, and master data analytics. So these were the three things I did. And in 2024, it was time for me to teach. So it moved me into a community. So that's the beauty of like you surrounding everything to God, literally. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. So that's really interesting, actually. So one or two
Yeah.
people, most is it as in particular, there will be something that will push you to doing something. So I love the way your own story really goes. So from that banking experience, to give you more insight, and you started like thinking about how to expand, so how to explore things more and find solution to that thing. Then you started, even when you, there's something that you said here that really caught my attention. I like that. So you didn't introduce yourself as an unemployed, but you said a data analyst. I was like,
Mm-mm.
okay.
Yeah.
So that means I should not, excuse me, I should not
No.
look down on myself at all. So far I have a skill that is really worth
No.
it, I should be proud of it and say it anywhere. I should not say because I didn't get this
Yeah.
particular 9 to 5 job. That doesn't, I should not say that, okay, because I didn't get that one, then I'm unemployed. I like that. Another point that you made is when you mentioned when you trade money, you lose it. Am I right statement? But when,
Yeah.
am I- yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's true. I mentioned when
I hope
it
everyone
will
watching
run away from you.
this
Trust
today,
me.
you are getting those strategy of goods. Then you have okay,
Yeah. I would say,
I
yeah,
think
when you chase money, you lose it. Trust me.
it's slow at my hand.
It will
I'm
run
hearing you
away from
late.
you.
It's coming after a second.
Oh.
What do you say?
Oh wow. I was just repeating what you said that when you chase money, it would run away from you. Trust me. It feels like you put every like I don't know. It's like you just lose it. It's just like that. But when you start building value, right? When you start building value and exchanging value, that's when the money comes. Trust me. That's where the money comes. The exchange is not about money. The exchange is about the value you give. Right? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So someone here, Busayo, is asking, are you saying you didn't attend boot camp for data analytics?
No.
Analytics, okay.
I am a self. I used to introduce myself as a self-taught data analyst. I didn't go for any boot camp, trust me. But I would say that I studied statistics in school. So statistics has to do with data, right? So the very first time I got in contact with data analysis was when I was studying statistics in the university, right? We took a course called data analysis for 2 semesters. So that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to actually build a career in data. So the plan was to actually go for masters, like get the scholarship and all that as well. And after school, that's when the reality hits that not like some sponsorships wouldn't work out all the time, right? So with the background of statistics, it was easy for me to, and then by God's grace as well, it's easy for me to teach myself whatever I want to learn. Right. Immediately I put my mind to it. I'm going to master it. I'm going to master it. I'm going to find the right resources to master it. I'm going to dedicate my time to master it and master it. And when I master it as well, it's not just for me because that's it. I have this imprint by my grandmom that whatever I learn, there's someone out there who wants to learn it. So be free to teach it as
Mhm.
well. So that's what I go in for. So I didn't go for any boot camp. I learned everything by myself. I was just watching videos, searching, and all that. Yeah.
Wow. So hope that answers the questions, Osayo, because it's really, really
Yeah.
brilliant. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Priscilla said you look gorgeous. I'm blushing already. Thank you. So,
Yeah.
Miss Ileana, looking back at what you've done and how you
Yeah.
started, are there any challenges you faced and how did you overcome them?
Oh, challenges. In fact, there's still challenges I'm facing right now. As of now, I am moving into training in person and even cutting across Africa, and I'm looking for venues, and it's not easy to
Mm.
actually do that as well. But starting the very first challenge is the environment challenge, right? Because when I set out to actually build what I was building, not every in fact all the friends around me didn't understand what I was going in for. And talking about it, they see, oh, data analysts are making money, right? So they know that, oh, I'm going to make money eventually. But when it moved from me not getting a remote job and me taking the teaching pains, they are like, when are you even going to get the money? Change it into the African CDs or African currency and you're good to go. But that wasn't the case. So the people around me, the environment was quite unfriendly. So I actually lost friends, right? I lost friends. I lost like a number of them. I remember a friend of mine who gave me the I would say the first friendship heartbreak was when so we all had a plan, right? My badge, right, or like my university, majority of my squad are actually outside Africa. Like they are in the Europe, they are in UK, they are in US. In fact, they are doing amazing, right? Getting scholarships and all that. But unfortunately for me, I didn't get that route. And my very close friend at that time got to, and she wasn't going for data. Okay, she was going for another course. I don't want to mention. And then she got the scholarship in data, right? And everybody knew that, oh, I am the data person. So I don't know if it was because of that she didn't tell me, right? So she didn't tell me she traveled everything and later came to tell me about in fact, I found out from someone else. And it was heartbreaking to know that my very good friend did that, right? We buried everything. I was like, okay, since you're already on that path and I'm on that path, we could build something for the African youth, right? But unfortunately, is not everybody is cut out to actually train others. Not everybody is cut out to be selfless and actually put people together, right? I am someone that I don't mind learning whilst I bring you on board. So for us, you will be on board. If you will not be on board, you can go off. I don't mind, but she was not that way. We had an intensive conversation. I thought she was going in for it. Little did I know that that was the last conversation we are going to have because she had different plans. I also had different plans, and we move on. So that's like a typical environment. Like you think your friends are going to support you, but it's not that they all have different paths. So you get the heartbreak, you feel the feeling, you cry, and later move on, right? Later move on. But yeah, so that's it. Another environment was that maybe family not understanding what you carry, right? Because one reason that I chased money was because I was growing and then I needed to cater for the family, right? Or I needed to take a responsibility off someone's decks. And it was like, okay, let me try making the money so that I can help, right? But that's not it. You also have to have that time and also process your time to grow into whoever you want to be, right? So the environment of family putting responsibilities on you. And I'm a first child, so I experienced that as well. First daughter, first grandchild, for everything. So I experienced that as well. Another challenge was amazingly gadgets. Okay, getting your laptop and all that. When I started, my laptop was very old because it was passed down by generation to generation. So it was a gadget, like the gadgets to learn, right? You start using Power BI and your Power BI will freeze, right? Because your laptop is quite slow. And unfortunately, there were like testimonies on me getting a new laptop and me getting a laptop for free and getting a MacBook for free also came in. So the whole thing is when you start the journey, you get the heartbreaks, you will cry, you will lose, but the thing is all that is building the story, right? I'm here talking about it because I went through it. Yeah, so those are some of the challenges, right? Environment is key. And so therefore that me into what I yeah, that moved me into identifying the environment around me so that I can actually know which one works for me and which one doesn't work for me. So I was checking all that. Your family can also reduce pull you back a bit, but you have to fight forward, especially if you're a first child. And yeah, gadgets were also challenged, right? And all that as well. But yeah, we overcame, we are still overcoming. Currently my challenge is actually expanding to Africa. Yeah, so that's it.
Wow, that's really well. Hmm. I'm not the only one learning here. And everybody here listening, audience, you all get the story. Look at what she
Okay.
faced, the challenges she
Yeah.
faced, and how she's able to overcome the challenges. So she said something that I really hold on to, and I jotted it here. I hope you're also with your jotter, your pen and book. Start jotting down the points. So identify your environment.
Yeah.
Know which one works for you. It's not all environment that is conducive for all of us. So you need to understand it first to see if it's something, a place that you can actually stay. And not all friends are your friends. Or actually they are your friends for a while. We all have, that's why many
For a
people
while.
think, oh, we were friends those years when we just started, but now look at that, she's doing she's doing big girl. Not really because of that, just that your value did not align. So just understand who your friend is, then know how to move on when things are changing. So I love the way she moved on.
Yeah.
She was able to understand her friend. Look at her now, she's able to say all of this because she has passed through those phases, and now she's doing well for
Yeah.
herself. So yeah, adaptability, moving on, understanding yourself and going for the best, and surround yourself with the right
Yeah.
people and be in the right environment. So yeah, thank you. So
Mhm.
somebody said something here in the comments. Let me check.
Mm.
Wait, there's the question before this. Hold on, let me move. Let me scroll up. So okay, are you saying from this? And Priscilla says something. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. She asks about, okay. Mm. I guess it's my network that is slow because I don't know why it should be like this. Am I still audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Yeah. So aside the fact that you studied in school, what are those things that this is a Bol Nikki? I don't really know the name, but it says something that aside the fact that you studied in school, what are those things that helped you? Mm.
The things that helped me, in fact, knowing building a space for myself or having my own space, right, and where I call the shots, right. So, as I mentioned, I'm the first child. I think the our pardon me, I'm just distracted a bit. Our screen has changed.
Yes, I noticed that. So trying to minimize, try to
Okay,
correct that.
all
Please go
right.
ahead.
So to answer the question, yeah, to answer the question, aside the fact that I studied in school, um, in fact, let's talk about the school first before we come out of the skills out of school, right? We actually do not appreciate the skills we get from school that much because we think it's just a book and pen, right? In terms of we being more practical about what we study. Okay, we be more practical about what we study. So if you're here and you're a student, or in fact we've all been to schools at one point, almost all the topics we actually treat in school, aside the ones that we just know that this one is not going to work, are very practical. And if you can find how to implement it, can work. Let me give you an example. We took a course in statistics final year, which was called the survey, right? How to take a survey, right? And that is actually the first stage of actually data analysis, you collecting your data. When it was taught, we didn't know what it was meant for. We thought it was just for the government, right? The government will do a census and collect now and count the whole country and know that, oh, we are 33 million people in Ghana. But to bring it down to my normal daily life, the record I keep is okay, today I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's actually a survey I'm taking as well. So it's more practical that way. When we take mathematics, I did economics, mathematics, and statistics. By God's grace, He gave me the head to carry that courses. But yeah, when um when I was studying, we learned addition and subtraction, right? But in life, as you grow and you add more age, you're actually subtracting age. Like there's a subtraction going on behind the scenes, right? When you are supposed to live like 100 years, and then you would have to you will have to live 100 years. If I'm 27, how many years more I'm left with? Maybe 73. If I'm 32, I'm left with about 68, right? So there's always addition and subtraction. And so if you're able to take the school knowledge and put it in terms, it's going to help you a lot. Now, that's actually helped me so much. The other thing that helped me was my business mind, right? I am a business selling. See it. I started on as our first business in our house. We took it to high school. I helped my sister was selling it. In fact, everybody around me, you sell some. We moved in and in the salad thrift. That's part of things, and that is to say that it was to give value. And I saw that at a very young age, whereby we used my grandma used to sell water, right? And I used to see a lot of money. And it was because she was selling water, that's where she was making money. So I knew that I'm getting a feedback. I think it's from Victoria. So the more I actually give value, the more I receive, right? It's always give and take. Another thing too is to focus on yourself, right? Focus on yourself and discover yourself, right? I have, as of now, I believe so much I am a God because I'm created in God's image, and it's also in the Bible that we are gods, right? So whenever I am describing God and saying that God is great, I'm trying to say that I'm also great, right? So that mindset shift of not looking at myself as not looking at myself little and actually seeing how great I am because I'm God's child makes it more easy for me to just focus on what needs to be done. So in a day when I wake up and I'm like, I feel tired. Okay, what will God do? God rested on the 7 days. So if I'm resting, it's not a bad thing. Okay, now I need to work on it. If I'm going to speak to someone, I'm like, God, Jesus actually spoke to the multitude, so I'm not supposed to be um I'm not supposed to be timid. I'm not supposed to be anxious of the people. They are people just like me, right? So the mindset is quite serious. So I've mentioned about the school skills that actually uh, are real life lessons that we don't know. Another thing I've also spoken about is also being focused and also knowing that you are God and you are great, right? We describe God almost every time, and we are like, God is great, God is mighty, da da da. But yeah, He says what He created us in His own image, and if you create that mindset, you are going to go far. And one other scripture that always moved me is that Jesus Christ said, "He and His Father is one." Like, I am a father of one. We see that when we were young. I am a father of one, right? So if you're a father of one and He lives in us, so we are born to do great things. That shifted my mind to actually not seeing anything difficult, but just saying that, okay, if I see something that is difficult, or when I'm learning, right, or when I started this whole thing, right, learning coding and everything, it was like, okay, it's quite challenging, right? But I'm going to take time. It just needs time, right? And I'll get it. I stopped saying it's difficult, I can't do it, right? Immediately, I always say this, immediately you say it's difficult, you can't do it as well. And another thing too is focus, right? I keep praying for focus because sometimes you get distracted. Your phone can distract you. A lot of things can distract you. So you have to do a lot of focusing and focusing within yourself, right? Because everything, the power is within you to actually bring forth anything you imagine. So if you imagine it, you can bring it forth, but you have to focus within you. And that has also helped me be able to overcome the breakups I said or the friendship breaks that I said, right? You cry and you are still like, hey, this friend hurts me. But how do you move on? You realize that the power is within. It's not because of your friend that you can't do it. You can do it as well. So those things, your mindset, your focusing, and you having a new being and being more practical with anything you learn makes it easier for you to move on. So yeah, that's what I can say on the question. I think it was a lengthy one. Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. That's really, really beautiful. And I believe that he understands everything you said and he has learned something meaningful. So,
So too.
and Priska, there should be another question here. So Priska said your journey is quite so thanks for that. And she asked a question. So who wrote the gap in Africa? So Miss Prina, can you see the
Someone wrote
question?
the gap in Africa
Yeah, it's
skills.
on the
It's
screen now.
yes, someone wrote the gap in its opportunities. What works when transition from skill to earning from it? Oh, I would say the gap in Africa is the application of the knowledge. So the person saying that the gap in Africa is in skills, its opportunity is actually because we actually know a lot as Africans. We have the skill as Africans, but and we have the knowledge as Africans, but applying that knowledge and actually putting action into it is where we lack a lot of action. To take action right now is quite challenging. Like I don't know whether to say quite challenging or it's like we don't want to go forward. We don't want to do that thing. We know it, but we just don't want to. Right? We know it, but there are a lot of excuses we can give to say that we don't want to do it yet. Or let's wait for some time, right? Let's hold on a bit. And that is to actually say
Procrastination.
set is very, very, very important. And so therefore the very first thing she said was what the gap in Africa isn't skills, it's opportunity. I would say the gap in Africa isn't skills, it's actually the application of the knowledge we have, the application of the knowledge and skills we have. And actually, there are so we always say this that there are so many opportunities in Africa. Why do people say that? That's because there is, but we are not actually putting action. For example, my field of work. I'm still looking for that one person in Africa that's teaching data analytics at my skill aside the lecturers teaching it in the universities, right? But when you go online, you meet Alex the analyst, Moshin. There are lots of those side. There are lots of them. They didn't even learn statistics. They didn't even learn IT. They didn't even learn computer science. I think Alex the analyst was in some. It wasn't either the medical field or in the humanities field, and he just chanced upon data analytics, learned it, and built a channel, a 1 million subscriber channel as a data analyst, right? Did this person go for the opportunities or he built the opportunity himself? He built it himself. He puts the knowledge he got, he implemented it, he puts action to it, right? For example, myself, it's amazing to say that I've applied to jobs anyways, but all the jobs that I got and all what I'm doing is actually from the work I do. Like I have a partnership now as a coach in an academy, and that came because of the content and videos of me teaching in real life. What that means is that we are in this world and business and organizations are who you want to work for. You want to work for an organization to pay you, right? Why don't you actually just psych your mind that you're already working for the organization, and every day this is how you're going to work, right? This is even the key index of how I actually became consistent in posting on LinkedIn and all that. I woke up that I am working for a company called the Miliana Group, right? And this company, the boss is God. So I'm working for God. Whilst I didn't have any job, right? Whilst I was calling myself a data analyst, in my mind, I'm calling myself a data analyst of God, a data analyst of the company Miliana Group. Whilst it's not in existence, I wake up early in the morning and I set up my laptop and it's like I'm working for this person, right? Putting in action. So what do I do in a day? I post about data in a day. That's the task I'm doing. So move from just having the skills and picking up the skills and knowledge to actually implementing it and making action from it. What's in simple terms? Step one, you already have the skills. Do you know them in details? Yes, you do. If fine. Like, how do you even know? Like, write them down. The next thing is actually, where do you want to take this skill to as well? Where do you want to take, who do you want to work for as well? And then take it from, okay, I want to work for NGOs, I want to work for banks, I want to work for fintech, I want to work for um like, just mention the companies or the people you want to work for. If like we are blessed as Gen Zs to have AI and all those things, the next thing is okay, as a digital marketer, as a data analyst, as a project manager, what is my job on a daily basis if I'm working in this field? You start working on this and putting it out there. Some of you are watching me on YouTube, you can start putting it on YouTube. Some of you are watching me on LinkedIn, you can start putting it on LinkedIn. The right people will watch. Do not think your post got zero views or zero likes, so no one is watching. Trust me, someone is watching. Someone is really watching. They'll watch you but won't follow you. And when it's time for them to come to your DMs, they will come. Right. And that's actually to make you earn. That is it. You have to put action to whatever you have. The skills you have to work with it. Otherwise, you're not going to earn. Right. So the actions will actually attract the opportunities for you, for us in Africa. And that's one major reason that I do what I do is to train people. And anytime I jump on a call with my learners, they already know the skills, but it's now left for them to actually implement it and become the person who implements the skill. So yeah, that's what I would say for this question. All right. I think Victoria is having a little bit of challenge. All right. Okay. Let me see if I could get to the other questions. I'm not seeing the notifications at my end. Okay, she's back.
Oh, wow. I lost you for a minute.
I lost you.
Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. So, apologies, everyone. So, thanks so much for that
Yeah.
explanation. Really appreciate that. So,
Thank
hmm, many people hear about data and immediately they think it's like something spreadsheets or numbers. So, from your experience, what does a career data really involve? We need a
Okay, yeah.
breakdown of this. So, for hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, please go ahead.
All right, so a career in data. A career in data is simply being a stakeholder in an organization or being a stakeholder in growth. Like you are a catalyst of growth. That's literally it. What that means is that as a data analyst, when you take the role as a data analyst, you get recordings, right? When I say recordings, that's your numbers, your words, anything raw figures, right? Remember, I always say this in in my teachings that when in Ghana we studied there's a course called the ICT, Information Communication Technology, and we are taught the definition of data and therefore data and information. So we say data are raw facts and figures, and information is the processed data, right? So raw facts and figures, more practical way. I made a post today talking about that. One of the real data that I collected as a person is actually being um me doing content creation, right? So what let me tell you what I did. May 2023, I turned I during my birthday, I was like, no one said, no one really bought me anything, no gifts, nothing like that. And they were just like calling for money, I finished on my own money. Like, I was broke, literally. I was getting into depression. I don't like using that word, by the way. And I sat down, I was like, what is all this? Okay. And I was very frustrated. In fun fact, I had a quarrel with my ex, and I just took my phone and just had a created a WhatsApp podcast, a broadcast, right? Broadcast a message, and sent a message to everyone on my contacts at that time. That is this how we all suffer when you are doing national service? Like, what do you do with money? Like, you make the money during your national service, and everybody was like, "Oh no, you actually go in debt when the allowance come, you pay the debt and go back again." I was like, how can I be doing all this? So that was the very that was the data I collected about like the society that when you finish school and you start doing your national service, all in it, come out and that's actually it. So taking that recording and I spoke about it on my YouTube channel. Like, why would you be doing that? Mm-mm. And afterwards, that was analysis, right? So I took the data by asking the podcast question, got the answers, and I digested on my YouTube channel talking about it. This one said this. I'm like, don't ch- in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, I'll still be fine and be feeling that way I was. I was feeling depressed. I was like, what's all this? So that's actually practical data in your own personal life, gathering data around you. So it could be that you take your date, like for example, the food you eat every day. Just try it in a month. Write out all the food you eat every day and see the number of times you eat fruits and vegetables. Way less. So now you understand why you are gaining weight, or if now you understand why your tummy is big, and then also maybe the time you are eating. So that's like practical data. So taking that is what you actually want to grow better, and that's it for everyone. Organizations, personal life. You want to be better. You want to live the bougie life. The organizations to also want to make more money. So you as a data analyst, you come into the organization to actually what make the organization grow. So they'll give you a lot of data. Now you have to analyze that data, group it, say that, oh, this one is really not working well. We have to look at it well. This one is working well. Let's do more of this, right? And grow it. So always you're a catalyst of growth in every organization as a data analyst or as an analyst, right? You don't just go there to do the work and give it to them. You go there to show that this is what is right to be done and you move on. And when you do that, I don't believe any tool, any AI can take your job because you become a stakeholder because they see that you want to make more money for the company. You want to make more money. You yourself, you want to make more money. So you also put in the work as well. And that makes you a better data analyst. So that's actually the work of an analyst. You become a catalyst of growth. You study keep the records that come in, day out, know what is working, what's not working, and you work with it. And then the tools are now there for you to use it flexible, like you just move on and all that. And that's beautiful, actually. It's the beauty of technology. Yeah.
Thank you. That's really beautiful. That's really, I love the breakdown. Thank you. So you didn't really mention like the tools to use for as a data analyst.
I should mention that. Oh, the tools everybody knows the tools: Excel, Power BI, SQL, Python, R, SPSS. There are lots. There are lots. In fact, I love using the Google Workspace. When you use Google Sheets, you use the Locker. You use the right now we even use Notebook LM for presentations. You use the slides. Everything as at a go, right? So let me give you a typical practical way of getting your data, right? As maybe as a small business, okay, right? So as a small business, you can utilize Google Workspace so much. In fact, we are using YouTube right now, and then you would say that, oh, you're collecting data on your customers so that you know what your customers want and your customers does not want. Then you say, okay, I'm going to use the Google Forms. Okay, so when you collect the data in your Google Forms, your customers will put in their name, put in their email. It goes in, you can link it to a Google Sheet, and that Google Sheet can be downloaded as an Excel sheet. So it's a spreadsheet, right? And in that sheet, you now can do your calculations to find out the total number of customers you have. You can find out the total number of where they are located, how many of them are in Nigeria, how many of them are in Kenya, and you do that as well. Then you can put that in a chat form and put it on Google Slides, right? On a slide to show your presentation, right? Maybe you want to show it to um your partner or your co-founder that, oh, this is what we've done. Oh, in the month of, from January to July, we've gotten 500 students. This is it, right? So that's a typical way of actually gathering the data, analyzing it, and then presenting it. So in a simple terms, like as a business owner, I think you can use this hack, use your Google Forms to collect your data, use your Google Sheet to analyze it, use your Google Slides to present it, and you always see it as it grows as well. So that's like a practical way to go about it. Yeah.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. So the way you said it is like it's looking so simple, but I know these things are not easy.
It's simple. What I
And
learners are like for me.
so, do you think careers in data are sometimes underrated compared to roles like software engineering or AI engineering? So, and why do you
Oh,
think like that? I
yes.
don't know because I'm thinking
Uh,
so already.
literally. Well, yes, it's quite for now I'll say that it's much better than previous, right? Being an analyst in Africa is why it's more of like what's your use. But
Mm,
because I had an experience whereby I was pitching to a business owner that, oh, I'm a data analyst, and all she could say is that I use my Google Forms already give me analytics, Google Analytics, right? So why do I need you, right? So I've had that experience before. They don't get it, right? But as a data analyst, you are I say this, you are the catalyst of that business growing. So when it comes to you being able to digest the data, it's not just the tools that will digest it for you. You as an individual will also digest it because we are serving humans. These tools think they know humans, or we think the tools knows us, but they don't know us that much. So when we go into the data, we are not just looking at it as human at all with the tools, but you're looking at it as humans and how it will benefit the other people. And so therefore it becomes tiring when you are actually dealing with a lot of data and everybody is thinking that it's not just data. If it's data, come do it, right? It's
mm,
not just like this one, and it's not that way. We actually would have to gather everything. You are looking for one particular reason for maybe a loss in a business. That reason for that loss is hidden in the data, is hidden in the numbers that you people are just seeing as numbers. We will go into that numbers and tell you that, oh, it was because of this and this and that. And in a typical African countries, let me speak for my country. My country is made up of, I think, I stand to be corrected, but about 80% of the businesses are sole proprietorship, small, medium businesses, right? And most of them run with assumptions, right? Today they wake up, they go to the store, and they hope and pray that, inshallah, God will come in, God will bring customers to their business. Whilst on a normal, in a month, about 50 people come to their store. You don't even know them. If they had gathered that data and found a way to keep the customers, reminding them that, oh, maybe you are selling foodstuffs. Everybody eats So they'll come and you have to find a way for them to remember you that, oh, I bought this thing from this person. Let me, and she has been checking up on me. Let me go find out if she has this, or let me call her to deliver for me, right? That's all is not considered, right? And when they maybe become big, right? So when this so medium or small business become medium, be like, oh, I need an analyst because they've seen the buzz going on. They hire you, and the work you go and do there, and then charge. If you're charging them, they are like, you're charging too much. Because you go there and they're giving you notebooks upon notebooks, and now you have to use that notebook to get data, like to analyze and see where the business is before you can tell them that, oh, in the next 6 months you can grow your business to this level with this and this and that. So the whole thing is that we are underrated because it's people see that it's quite easy, but it's not. I have mentioned it quite easy like
Yeah.
that, but it's not. There's a lot of decoding we have to do, and it's more of like we reading with the tools and reading with the human brain and bringing it together to help the humans. So we are always helping the growth of the humans, not the growth of the tools, right? So that is where I see it. For other tech roles, we are more of like the butter and the bread, right? Because when a software engineer builds an app, there has to be a backend that will collect the information of the person who is downloading the app. And so we will get that data and say that, oh, 100 people downloaded your app, 1 million people downloaded your app. These people are facing challenges. These people are not facing challenges. So we make your app more interesting. Like, oh, we make you see how sweet your app is. We make you understand what's going on in your app. For websites, same. The traffic that comes to your website is the data that is going to tell us, right? So data is like the butter and the bread, sort of, in every business. So yeah, so I wouldn't say it's overlooked that much, but it's just underrated because they think it's just numbers. Yeah. I'm reading a
Well, thanks so
chat
much
here.
for
It
the
says
breakdown.
Google
I
Web.
really like that. Yeah, so now we understand to look somehow direct data analysis or analytics.
Don't
Data
underrate
analysis,
it.
data
Don't
analyst
underrate
rather.
it.
So yeah, but we get
Yeah.
to understand that these two software engineers, AI engineers, data analysis, they work together. So, and I believe that everybody understands now
Yes,
how these
yes.
people can work together. The back end,
Mhm.
you see that these engineers want to know their data, people who actually downloaded their app, that are using their applications, and this is where data analysis come in. So yeah, so thanks so much for the explanation. So everyone watching us, if you have more, start dropping your questions. So there's another one question like that I thought about, thinking about this, talking about data. You know, now we've been talking about data. So how should I ask the question? So data is a new oil. Data is like what everybody needs. Now everybody is realizing how important data is. So why, okay, can you help us, like, why is AI considered the foundation of artificial intelligence?
Why is data considered the foundation of artificial
Considered
intelligence?
the foundation of artificial,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Artificial intelligence is actually is like, let me use the human, this one. It's more of like a parent and the child. Okay. What the parent does is what the child will do. So it's more of like artificial intelligence is copying what human beings already know, right? And so therefore we would have to tell the AI what to do. Literally, we'll have to show it how to go about things and it will do it, right? So that's like the basic, right? It's copying what we do, and we are giving it more information to be better each and every time, right? So you tell a child that, oh, if you do this, you're going to be better. and all those things as well. So what you are feeding AI is actually data collected. So we have been able, in fact, when Claude, no, when ChatGPT came and all that, everybody has been using a free version, right?
Yeah.
Like almost everybody. It's just now that like the business owners and all that are paying for it or even that. But that free thing that you were doing was actually a way for them to collect more data to feed it, right? Because you tell it, oh, do this for me, do that for me, do this for me, do that for me. What you're telling is that, oh, as humans, this is what I do on a normal day, right? So they get to know that, oh, that's what you do. So that's when they get to define it, right? So and amazingly, we've one way or the other, we've experienced garbage in, garbage out, whereby you tell AI to do something and it's giving you garbage. You are saying there's even a name for it, hallucination, right? It's just beating all about a way. So that means that without the right data, it's just going to be there. It's not going to do anything. And in a simple format, for AI to be able to maybe give you the total number of people, there has to be a data given to it for it to know the total number of people in the world. Like if the tool is there without anything, we wouldn't know, right? And then amazing thing is that I one of the companies I help with strategy started training individuals in data annotation, right? So there's a job role called data annotation whereby human beings actually train AI models. So they'll give you like you give you they'll give you like 10 or like 100 or thousands of pictures, and you as a human being will be drawing around the pictures that, oh, this is a bus, this is a strawberry, this is a car, this is a human being, right? Drawing around those things and feed it to the model so that the model will know if the model sees a car, will know that it's a car. If the model sees as a book, will know that it's a book. So the human beings are there doing that. The human beings are there doing that, and that's actually data. Like you have to feed it for it to know what it is, right? And then it's even a job opportunity, like a job space or an industry you can go into as a data annotator, to be annotating these things, like describing. It's like you are describing things for AI to know what they are as well. So that's like the basic thing for you to know that without the right information, your AI is just there and it's feeds on it, right? So it's feeds on it. It's the food that the AI will eat and give you the right results or give you the right information as well. So I've mentioned two examples, and I think that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it's yeah.
Thank you so much. So now, if anyone wants to build a career in AI, you have to first understand data.
Yes. Even in AI prompting, right? Like how to prompt your AI to give you better results is that like you have to know what to say, and all that information is like data. Like you have to let, oh, be like this, do like this, to give this. The more you give it more information, the more it's going to give you better results. If you give it vague, it'll give you vague results as well. Yeah. So you have to understand
We so
like the whole dynamic.
your explanation made me to understand better why we should not be scared of AI, because AI only rely on human knowledge. It's only what we tell AI, and it's human being that is still behind AI. So everything
Yes.
data, what human being already does, all everything that we've done, and the whole experience, the whole thing we fed the internet. So AI collect these
Mm-hmm.
things to give us the feedback. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm loving this already.
Yes, that's basically.
Thank you so much. So, for completely new to this field, where should they begin? Like, what skills, tools, or technologies would you recommend? Like, somebody that just heard about data analysis and just interested in going into it. So, how would you advise the person?
First and foremost, know where you are. So Do the, I call it the knowledge I've gained series. Do that challenge of you understanding what you've studied so far, right? You've been to school, you studied one or two things. So a typical example is, I'm always going to use my stories. I studied business in high school, where I studied business management, financial accounting, economics, and elective mathematics. Right. By God's grace, I have the head to carry those things. Right. But yeah, um, doing that will show you that, oh, I have a knowledge in business, oh, I have knowledge in accounting, oh, I have knowledge in economics, oh, I have knowledge in mathematics, right? So you're gathering data around yourself. So I will always say start with you, right? So when you do that knowledge, you always rely and then move on to knowing, okay, which of the topics or which of the subjects was my interest. Was it business management? Okay, if it's business, okay, taking business, there's a lot involved, right? So when you want to run a good business, I always say there are three major departments that you have to run smoothly: your operations department, your finance department, and your sales and marketing, right? So when you break these three things, right, which one would you go in for? Would you go in for operations? So when it talks about operations, that's where it comes into project management, you come into product management and all that. So when you decide, okay, I'll go to operations, then now you have to break that operations down to know which one you would want to go into. When it comes to finance, you also have to break the finance down, right? Into, okay, I want to be in this sector. I don't really know much about finance, right? Or accounting, right? When it comes to sales and marketing, which is like so it's, okay, I want to book sales funnels for companies, or I want to be a sales leader. You have to know what it entails. When it comes to marketing, you have to know what it entails. So take every course you're studying, it could be geography, it could be anything like that, and do that analysis of yourself and what you've gained. And that is going to let you know what you love around all that you've studied over the years. And that is going to be a better foundation for you to build your data on, because data is in every industry. Data is in every industry. So you don't have to limit yourself to one, but then you've already been building, you've already been learning. So why do you have to throw all that away to start something new? Instead of you to take it and build on it. So what I'm trying to tell you is that take what that you've learned and build on it. So when you've been able to do that analysis, now it's easier for you to build on it by saying that, okay, I have taken the marketing part of all that I've learned. In marketing, what are the data that is collected? Or in marketing, we collect data on ads and campaigns, we collect data on customers, we collect data on this one. So now I am going to start getting data online that is in that category and start analyzing it. When you collect the data, most of the time when you're collecting data is in Excel. So you start learning how to use Excel to analyze your data. You go online, you can use your AI to teach you. Your AI can be your teacher, whereby it's telling you information and giving you the directions. You can go on YouTube to learn these videos. I also have amazing videos on YouTube, the Digital College, that you can go into to start learning about how to analyze with Excel. When you build that, the next phase is rewards. Okay, how do I position myself to help businesses? That's when you get to start using the business tools. Business tools like Power BI, right? BI stands for business intelligence, right? And I say what every business is looking for growth, looking for money sometimes. So you have to now move on to knowing how to position yourself for business. And whilst you are doing all this, do not do it behind you. Do not do it in just in your room. Talk about it online. That's when people see that you are actually what working towards something. And when it's time for them to come call you for jobs, they will say, "Oh, we've been seeing her." Because I have a message on LinkedIn that says that I've seen you work, I've seen you put in the work, so I need you to come help my team. If I didn't put it out there, no one will see you. So put it out there. Like, do
Yeah.
not overthink it. Just take it as if you're talking to Victoria and I online. Do not forget about everybody and start from there. By the time you realize you are actually getting your field, right? You now know that, oh, I'm an analyst in maybe in the geography field, I'm an analyst in the food field, I'm an analyst in the medical field. It will be easier for you to build that way than to just jump on a new thing, right? Always build like you have an amazing foundation. And that is what it when Chrissy mentioned skills and opportunities. You already know a lot. You have to leverage on it to grow to the next phase. Yeah. So that's the practical way you can go about things.
Honestly, I believe that everyone listening to this, even if they are professionals already, is still what you said. Thank you so much for that.
Thank
So
you.
earlier, you mentioned something when you were mentioning tools. You mentioned Python. Do they need
Yeah.
to know programming before started getting into
No,
it?
no, I have students who are working as analysts who don't know Python. They are yet to learn it, right? I say this in the certain learn as fast as possible. If you are learning Python, great, learn it as fast as possible. But if you are starting, you don't need it. Then you don't need it to start, but when you want to scale up, you need it. So you don't need it to start, but when you want to scale up, you need it. And the beauty of thing is that when you start learning about these tools and all that, and the amazing thing is AI is here. So the codings and all that could be explained to you easily for you to actually upgrade as fast as possible. So you don't need it.
Okay, thank you so much. And we also like to know which industries are actively looking for data professionals today, and what opportunities do they offer?
Ah, I would simple answer all industries as well, but deep answer will be industries like for the learners that have come to me, I'll say industries like the agric industry, right? The agriculture industry needs a lot of analysis done. One thing is because agriculture is not really respected, but it's one of the like it's the backbone of every economy as well because everybody eats. Also, the financial fintech also is one, but I think fintech has already been getting the buzz, so it's like they're okay. But yeah, another
Okay.
industry will be marketing, especially digital marketing a
Yeah.
lot, right? Because there's a need for analysts to be able to analyze how ads are going well and not, right? So it would be nice if you are here and you want to get into digital marketing, do not just go and learn digital marketing, but learn how ads are like Meta ad, Google ads, how they are performing and like know the data behind it very well. It's going to help you a lot as well. So yeah, those are some of the industries.
Okay, so from what you said now, it shows that it's not all the industries that particularly need data analysts. So, but a few like
All industries,
agriculture, fintech, all
all industries need
okay,
all of them.
all of them.
I'll throw a challenge to everyone watching that industry you find yourself in. Throw yourself a challenge that in the next 6 months you're going to master the data analysis in your industry and position yourself to be that top industry analyst, right? So, for example, I'm in
Mm,
edutech, right? I can challenge myself to be the top analyst in my edutech industry. You can also challenge yourself to be the top analyst in your digital marketing industry. You can position yourself to be the top analyst in your agriculture industry. What that means is that you just don't do that. You just don't show that I this the data of there, and then maybe pitch yourself to companies who are in that industry. That okay, you take a company for example, you look at their back end, you see what they are. It's quite not easy for you to get the back end, but you see what they are doing online, and you tell them that okay, if you do this way, do that this way, the data if you collect this data this way and you do this way, it's going to work for you. So try to pitch yourself to as many as you can. One company will say, "Let me give you a try," and then you use that as a catalyst to grow to become that top 1% as well, and you're going to make well. So all analysts, industry needs an analyst, but you as an analyst will have to put in the work to show them that you need it. That's what I even one reason why I say that we are underrated. You have to show your worth as an analyst as a point. Yeah,
mm,
yeah, yeah.
mm. This is really brilliant. Thank you so much for the breakdown.
Okay.
Now, in this era of artificial intelligence, it is changing how people work, and some fear that it will replace their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
As someone working in data and
Mm-hmm.
AI, do you think AI will replace data
Oh
professionals?
yeah, yes. Because we are the reason I say yes is because people are like that's the sad truth. That's the sad truth. So and the reason is that I have come across a lot of analysts who just pick up the skill just because maybe they want to be a remote worker, and that's won't cut it, right? It's you being a remote worker, like it's just be like an AI, literally. Another reason I'll say that it's very alarming for you to like. I always tell my learners that if you want to be relevant in this time and age, your voice has to be
Mm,
loud. It's now the voice. It's really now the voice. So when you're in an organization, you just don't have to like the tools are already there. So I would say leverage on the tools and make your voice louder. So the time you need to spend on working on the tools like previously, you need to crack your head to get the formulas. The tools can help you. AI can help you get the formulas. Now it's your time. When it's time for you to present, you have to make your voice known, right? So if you are timid and you say, "Oh, AI is data is just me doing my analysis and I'll send it," that's it. I used to have a fight in my head with Upwork when I started my whole remote going on Upwork and seeing the payments people are paying analysts. And I'm like, these people are actually sometimes the top analysts in their company. They'll come and employ me to do a quick analysis, like employ me $15, $100 to do an
mm,
analysis that they will go and charge like 1,000 or 2,000 and come and give me that fraction. Why can't I be the person to take that much money? Right? So your voice is really,
mm,
really going to drive you. And as I mentioned that you are a catalyst of growth. So when you are speaking with your voice, you are not just speaking with your voice by saying that, oh, this is what I found, but you are trying to tell the company that you can grow in this space when you do this way. And that would actually
mm.
like it's more of like you're printing your name and your voice in the stakeholders mind that this person is a valuable person, this person would actually make the company grow, and that's the beauty of it. But unfortunately not everybody would jump into that offer to say people are still it's sad, people are still like I don't really I'm not a content person, I don't like talking, I can't talk. Like there are people that are still giving that excuse, and unfortunately, sorry, AI is talking. So if
Mm,
you talk, another person will talk. So I urge everyone
mm,
that
mm.
if you really want, and like we humans know that sometimes when you are watching a video and you see AI, you pass. So people are going to draw closer to humans more. So if you don't want to make yourself human and you want to leverage on the tools, then they'll pick the tools over you, right? So that's the beauty.
You?
That's it. So I urge you all
Yeah.
to actually showcase your voice, have a voice, develop it if you are scared, develop it if you are anxious to speak because it's very important. And another thing too is communities. Like find yourself with people because when it's time for you to get the opportunities, they will verge for you as well, and that will be better. But unfortunately, it's gonna happen. So yeah, you're going to need
So you
people.
have to stay relevant,
Yeah,
know
stay
how
relevant.
to use the tools properly by yourself. Don't just
Yeah.
like say because these things are there and you now relent, and know how to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think from what you said, I get to understand that when you are in any organization, instead of letting them allow that to, I mean, allow them to pick the tools over you. Let them see the importance of what you can add, the value you can add. That tool cannot even identify. That means you can use it to solve that problem for them. The problem that even them cannot even identify. You help them to identify the problem and let them know you can help them solve it.
Yes.
So yeah, putting
Yeah.
yourself out there, telling people that these are the things you need and these are the way. So when people see the value you're giving, they'll actually pick you over it too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you
you
so much for having me.
so much. Stayed like spent so many years. Yeah, thank you. So people just learn things like, but they never build anything. So data analysis, I believe that they're not just working with organizations alone. They can actually build something by themselves instead of just like
Mm,
working this 9 to 5 job or other things that or talking or anything or working behind the scene. They can actually
yeah.
build something, yeah, that
Mm.
creates value. Can you give us examples of things that people can build so to help us open our mind to things that we can actually work on?
Oh yeah. Okay. So you can actually build a solution, right? As in, um, let's take for example, I'm going to use marketing a lot because I'm also in the marketing field. Um, you building a marketing data workflow or marketing data process. What that means is that okay, if you are going to do a marketing, there's a funnel. We know the marketing funnel, but there has to be a marketing data funnel whereby when you collect the data, this is how you're going to process it and all that. So you can actually build a workflow and pitch it to businesses that okay, you have this business that you are running. I see that you are doing a lot of digital marketing and all that. But when your data come, where do you keep it? So when you get what I'm proposing for you is that keep your data in a safe database, like maybe using SQL. And when you save it in that same database, you don't sleep on it. Every month or every week, there is a number of outreach you do on that data, and that's going to help you move someone who is just interested in your business to becoming a client. Then when they become a client, there has to be a way for you to keep up with them. So it becomes a workflow of you telling the business that I am going to help you gather your customers or gather your potential clients and everybody, and then help you actually scale it up as time goes on. So now you are giving a service of being a catalyst of their growth, because when they get more people, they get more money and you can also charge them. Yeah. Another thing too is as a data analyst, maybe you're starting from scratch. You can bring multiple people in the tech space together. You can bring a manager, someone learning project management. Maybe the person is learning for 6 months. You are learning data analytics for 6 months. Another person is learning what let's say software engineer or website developer, and you come together every day. You can sit down and say you're going to create a website for, like, you just go online, look for businesses around you, create a website for them, create a data flow for them whereby the data is collected from the website, and then it goes into the system of okay, these are your clients and all that. And then now the project manager is the one going to make sure that oh okay, your this is the number of customers you got in the month of June. This is the number of customers you are getting in the month of July. Let's bring all of them together. The salespeople will reach out to them and all that. At a point in time, you are learning how a business runs, and you may never know. You will build your own business as you go. And this is what the businesses need. Businesses need to get to more people. And if you're able to get the service to get to more people, then that's a beautiful thing about it. Am I the only one here? Can I be here? All right. So as I said, right, so you building services as a data analyst can work for you, and also you leveraging on people around you if they are all in the same like tech field makes it more interesting. Just like how I mentioned about you can come together as a project manager, as a website developer, and all that, and come together and build something beautiful. And the beauty of thing is that the more you pitch to clients, which are maybe businesses, the higher opportunity with businesses as well. You can you can you can charge more. It's better than working with individuals. Trust me. Trust me. Like from my experience, when I'm teaching with an academy, I can charge like well than individuals. So that's the beauty of things as well. All right. I have to even use my phone now to get the messages. Okay, thank you. Amina, am I right? Aminat. I'm trying to divide your name. Oh, he said my explanations are clear and insightful. Thank you. Thank you too. All right. Sam says he's here as well. All right. If there are any questions, I would like to. I'm here with my phone so I can read it. Oh, Nikki said they spent my money with you. They spent the money with me and left me. Yeah, when I was explaining my birthday issue. It was sad, by the way. All right. Oh, besides, I was asking, would I suggest YouTube or bootcamp? Um, if you are a self learner, like someone like me who can learn by themselves, you can use YouTube. But if you're someone who needs guidance, who needs help, you can use boot camps as well. So that is, I have amazing teachings as well. And if I'm speaking to you as of now and you love my explanation, that's the same thing I do in my teachings as well. So you can join me. Hey, check out the Digital College for we have 70 videos on data analytics on Digital College. So you can look at that, start from day one to day 70 as well. All right. I'm still the only one here. Anyway. Oh, she's back.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. All right.
I'm truly sorry about that. I had to change my network connection because it's really, yeah. So sorry for the delay. So thanks so much for
It's fine.
that breakdown. So we all understand. Yeah, you all, you understand that you have to identify into what people are facing, the problem they are facing in the organization. That you pitch the solutions to them, help them build something that can work for them. So thank you so much. And so now we are getting to the final part. But before we end today's session, so once you understand, looking back at your own journey, Miss Meliana, is there anything you wish someone had told you earlier that you would have saved, or should I say, that would have saved you time or helped you grow faster?
Um, for one thing I wish someone have told me was that how do I put this? Ha! Record your wins as early as possible. Record your wins as early as possible, and do not wait to start. Do not wait to start. What I mean by that is I decided to go into data 2020. I decided to go into data 2020, but I didn't take action till 2020, ending 2023, December 2023. And I started building the career itself in November 2024 as a tutor. So I took a while to. I'm just thinking about it. If I had started building the data in 2020, by now I would have said what I have 6 years experience in data. But yeah, so two things I will wish is that record your wins, right? Because when I started recording my wins, and amazing thing is that during the phase that I was waiting to get the masters, I was also teaching people online, right? I used to have a community, WhatsApp community that was teaching them how to make money online. I was teaching people how to be a model, right? Because I used to be a model. I went for pageantries as well. So I was teaching all those whiles, but I was not gathering those wins. And till I now got to know that you have to gather the wins because they are evidence to show that you are doing the work. Yeah.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Thank you so much. It's true. And I think that's for me also. Yeah. Hmm. If every participant leaves today, so what would you like them to remember? Like just one thing that you hope that they learn from this session?
Record yourself. Record everything you do about yourself. You are going to learn from them. You're going to learn a lot from yourself. And that's actually what is going to unlock your potentials, because when you focus on who you are and actually record them, you're going to see the growth, and you're going to actually be marveled around how you're growing, and you will choose to go further, right? Most of the time when you're looking at other people, you shrink. That's it. When you're looking at other people, you shrink that, oh, I'm not doing too much. I'm not doing so well. But when you start looking at yourself and seeing and recording yourself, what I mean by that, like, go on, record yourself, like, write about what you are going through right now. If you have recorded with video, whatever, it's going to show you your growth process, and you're going to crave for more. And that's the beauty of it. So do not shy away from recording yourself, right? Do not do it for anyone, do it for yourself. So when you hear from now onwards, when you go online and you hear someone say start creating content, do not take it from create content to make money, but create it from create content to actually crave to be great. Because when you actually see where you're coming from and where you've gotten to, you know that, oh, I can go, because look at where I'm coming from. And that's the beauty of it. So always find a way to record yourself through writing, through videos, anything that works for you. Do that, and you're going to learn from it. And that's actually data analytics in real life. Yeah.
Hmm. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mm. And
But
thank you so much for those insightful perspective. Yeah, it's really a lot. And I'm loving the comments in the comment section already. Making me smile. Like I can see WorldCom Intellectuals giants in the comment section. And I'm glad for
amazing.
for the support. So we'd love to
Yeah.
hear from our audience this time. Actually, we've been hearing from them. I think we've taken some questions earlier. So now again, we'd like to
Yeah.
hear from you. For those ones just joining us, if you have a question, please drop it in the chat. As you do, kindly let us know your name, your city or country you're joining us from, then your question. For example, my name is Victoria from Lagos, Nigeria, and my question is. So I'd like to hear from you. So while you wait for everyone, so the comment session, we can see. Okay, please ask a question. How do you negotiate for money, and what can you share about negotiating?
How
I
do you
think the questions
negotiate
will be
for
brief because we're almost like 2 hours.
How do you negotiate for money? First and foremost, know your value. If you know the value you carry, you are going to negotiate and know what you are doing. But the very first thing is, when you're going to any negotiation, do not go to talk, go to listen. So whenever you start to sell to anyone or negotiate to anyone, ask questions. Okay? Right? So for example, when you are and you're going to sell it to me, like, oh, what are the challenges you're facing with your digital marketing? What are the challenges you're facing with your um, data collection, right? And the final thing you give them, make them know that you are going to help them solve that problem fully. Do not say, I may help you. No. Let them know that you can do it 100%. And that is going to let them know that you've listened to them and you're going to give them the full solution. So now it's easier for you to mention your price and for them to go in fully with you. So it becomes easier for you to say that, oh, my price is $100, and they are like, okay, they are not going to really bargain much. If their bargaining match is like, let's see if you can shake, right? And you tell them that, oh, you mentioned this and this and that is your problem. We are going to give you all that and even add this to this for you. So that's why the price is this way. It makes it more easier for you to go about it. So always go into a negotiation room to listen, not to talk. And that's going to help you. All right. Vicky, Victoria, are you there? Yeah, you need to. I see Amina saying, is it Aminat? Yes, I need to start recording the process and sharing my wins. You need to start it. Very necessary. So that you can also say that, oh, I
Let me
have
prompt
done
you.
this, that's very necessary. Please record that. Um Chibuke says that means using data to make business decisions and making an outreach. Yes, that works. So the business is like there are so many can read about and then use data like use data to like the data are there so read about their data and use that and then reach out to them. They are going to see you in a different light more. That's the beauty of things. Yeah. Victoria, are you back? Victoria, are you back? Welcome. Welcome, Chibuke.
So yeah, we didn't get any comments from LinkedIn. I believe everyone watching from. So yeah,
Chibuke. No.
mm, yeah, okay, Chibike, yeah, yeah, I can see that. Thanks so much, Chibike. Thank you so much. So as we come to the end of today's session, I'd like to say thank you so much to everyone spending time with us this evening.
Uh,
Thank you so much, Miss Miliana, for the insightful explanation. We truly appreciate this. I think
thank
my
you. Thank you
camera is
so much.
off.
Yeah, it is all.
Yeah. I want everyone to see the comments on the screen, trying to set it. I think that's my network from, yeah. But it's fine. It's fine. So whether you're joining us from Ghana, Nigeria, or anywhere else in the world, your presence and participation made this conversation truly meaningful. A very special thank you to our guest speaker, to our audience. I'm repeating this, sorry. Thank you for sharing not only your knowledge, but also your journey, your experiences, your practical advices, your insights have really reminded us that building a successful career in data and AI is not about just it's not about chasing trends. It's about developing strong foundation,
Yeah.
continuous learning, adapting, and creating value.
Yeah.
From your story, I was able to get all of that. I was like, okay, and I know I'm not the only one that get this thing.
Yeah.
Even everyone on the call actually gets even beyond what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
So to everyone who joined us today, I hope you're leaving with one more thing than just information.
Yeah.
I hope you are living with clarity, with confidence, and a renewed determination to start building something meaningful.
Yeah.
So today's conversation has shown us that data is more than numbers. It is the foundation of informed decision, intelligent systems, and many of the innovations shaping our world today. As AI continues to transform industries, the question is no longer whether change is coming. The question is whether we are preparing ourselves to grow with it. Like we said, AI can replace any job.
Mm-hmm.
It now depends on you. You want AI to replace you, or you want to actually use AI to work. So I want you to live with this challenge. Don't let um yeah. So don't let today's session ends as another video you have watched. Take it as one idea. So take this idea as something that you learned today, like put it into practice. Start with a particular course. Like she said earlier, she mentioned that she also used, I think YouTube videos are also there too. I think you mentioned digital. What's the name of your course? I think I jotted it. Digital college,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Aha.
Sorry.
So take the one idea you've learned today, put into practice. Start that course you have been postponing. Build that small project you have been thinking about. Ask more questions, connect with people in the field, and keep moving forward. So check your environment. I think she said something earlier. Understand your environment and know which one works for you. Know the kind of people you surround yourself with. Understand your friends. Understand those ones that really align with your goal. So work with those ones that really, yeah, will keep you focused and being consistent. So small, consistency, at least when you start from small, then you grow with it.
Yeah.
Not everybody will just say, oh, boom, today you just know everything. So when you start small with the whole consistency, and you're true to yourself, yes, you grow from there. There'll be like remarkable results while you grow in these things. And people will be able to see you and be able to say, oh, and I think she also mentioned something earlier that when there was I think some organizations are reaching out to her based on what the value she gives, that, oh, you're doing this, come and help our organizations as well, because she's able to put herself out there, because she's not just putting herself out there, she's adding value while she put herself out there. She's giving us meaningful things to see and to learn from. So, and we all see the growth and we admire it. So at WorldCom Intellectuals, our mission is not simply to teach, it's not just to teach technology. Our mission is to build a community of thinkers, builders, innovators, and problem solvers who will use technology to create meaningful impact in Africa and around the world. So, if today's conversation has inspired you, we'd love you to say thank you in the comment section and let us know what you've learned today. Stay connected with us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on LinkedIn and share this session with everyone, with someone who could benefit from it. Share it on all your socials. We are not only on LinkedIn or YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are on X. So yeah, we are on WhatsApp. So if you check our YouTube channel, the description, you see other links there, and I'll also be dropping some links in the comment section after this session. I'll drop the links there so you can access it easily. So you follow us on everywhere to stay updated. So to, together we can contribute to building a community where conversations lead to action and learning leads to innovation. So
Yeah.
once again, thank you for our wonderful speaker.
Thank
Thank you to everyone who joined us live,
you.
and thank you to everyone who made today's session possible.
Yeah. Love you. Love you.
On behalf of all computer lecturers, my name is Oluwabomi Victoria Olabode, and it's a pleasure to see you today. So reminder, beyond learning, building futures, beyond learning, building futures. So while you learn, be building your future. Thank you, and stay curious, keep learning, keep building, keep creating solutions that make a difference. Have a wonderful night, evening, day based on your
Enjoy your
country. We'll see you again in
weekend.
the next edition.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.